Your FERS pension is based on getting three things: your FERS pension, Social Security, and TSP. But if you retire before Social Security, you get this special supplement. But did you know it might be taken away? Well, if you didn't, maybe this is the video you want to stay tuned for this FERS Federal Fact Check. Hi, I'm Micah and welcome to this FERS Federal Fact Check. Today we have a great question that came in that's really talking about one of the good benefits you have in your pension system, which is your FERS supplement. And we'll talk about how that works in just a little bit, but let's get to Brian's question. Brian says, if I retire from federal service in December of the year, my annual leave will be paid out in the next year, the first part of January, and that should be correct. If the annual leave is paid out in January, considering I am under FERS and I will be getting the supplement, is the annual leave going to substantially reduce my FERS supplement, or should I reduce my annual leave? That's a great question that came in. This is some confusion that we get all the time. So let's break this down a little bit and say, all right, a couple of different pieces. Number one, your pension's based on three things we talked about in the intro, right? Number one, your FERS pension. I know OPM calls it annuity. I don't call it annuity. Annuities are something you get from insurance companies. A pension is something you get from your employer. So your FERS pension benefit. Number two, Social Security. Number three, your thrift savings plan, your TSP. Well, the problem is you could retire at 57, your MRA, minimum retirement age, at 57 and 30 years of service. Your pension can start in, but when does your Social Security start? Well, as soon as it can start is 62, right? You may want to delay it even after that. So you have this gap of time between 57 and 62. What do you do, and where's that income going to come from? Great news is that's why OPM or Congress created the FERS supplement. You're going to get a portion of your Social Security benefit when you separate, as long as you went out with a full unreduced pension. So that's MRA in 30 years or 60 and 20 years of service. If you go out with one of those two requirements, you're going to get a portion of the FERS supplement. Now, because the FERS supplement is based close to Social Security, and there's other videos we do on how to calculate that, but because it's based on Social Security, there's an earnings limitation. This year for 2022, the earnings limitation is like $19,560. So what does that mean? Well, what happens is Congress comes in, and just for fun, I'm going to use nice round numbers, and they put on an earnings limitation of $19,000 on your FERS supplement. And what they say is that if you earn more than that, they're going to penalize you for turning Social Security on early. Yes, so I'm talking about Social Security, not the FERS supplement yet, right? Because it's all based on getting your Social Security at 62. So we got to follow those same set of rules. So they put on this earnings limitation for the FERS supplement of this $19,000 and change. And what this says is any earned income you received after you've separated from service is now subject to it. But great news, your annual leave is not. Your annual leave you've already accrued. You've already earned that benefit. Now the payout is coming. So your annual leave will not affect your earnings limitation, which is phenomenal, right? So it's not going to reduce your FERS supplement. But how would it work? I got a lot of clients that go back to work part-time. Maybe they're nurses. Nurses are notorious for this, right? They're going to pick up a shift a month, something in there to stay a little bit active. And before the year is out, all of a sudden they have $30,000 in income that's coming in. It's amazing how fast it can work when you're part-time. And now you have this $30,000 income coming in, but right now the earnings limitation, again, we're going to say it's $19,000. So what happens? Well, for one, we got to go ahead and do this math out real quick. And now we got to look and say, we have an excess earnings of roughly $11,000 in excess earnings. I've never found excess earnings, by the way. I felt all of mine were not excess, but that's okay, right? We have this excess earnings that's there. Then Social Security kicks in on your FERS supplement and says for every $2 above that 19,000 and change, every $2 of this 11,000, they're going to take away $1 of your FERS supplement. So in this case, you're going to have a reduction in $500 from your FERS supplement. So let's just say for fun, your supplement was going to be $10,000 in supplement. Then OPM is going to take away this $6,500 from it. And now you're going to end up with the balance of a $3,500 supplement, right? That's how much you're going to come in. That's how the earnings limitation kicks in. Great news, your annual leave doesn't go against it, but any other earned income. Your TSP does not go against this. Your retirement pension doesn't. Your military pension does not. Your VA pension, disability income does not, right? Your spouse's Social Security does not. Your spouse's earned income income does not go against this. This is only on your earnings record. So we really got to understand how this works, right? If I'm going to retirement expecting I'm going to get this extra $10,000 benefit, but I'm going to go pick up this other part-time job, and now all of a sudden I'm going to get 30,000 income. Now I really got to understand how that FERS supplement's going to work and how much I'm going to be penalized by that working income. And then we got to say, hey, does it make sense to do this? Does it make sense to postpone retirement? Maybe it makes sense to, not get that part-time job. Maybe it does, but either way, I want you to make an educated and informed decision. If you have questions like this about your benefits, then jump online. Jump on planyourfederalretirement.com. Shoot us a question. We'd love to sit down and visit with you one-on-one, or just answer your question in one of these videos. Till next time, happy planning.